Hi, Casey. I'm so glad we were able to meet today. I was just wondering what brought you in, what you're wanting to talk about.
Yeah, thanks so much for meeting. I just think there's been a lot going on in my head about, like, I'm a senior at UK and there's a lot of different options after undergrad of, like, what I should do. And, I'm a Spanish major, so it's, like, kind of confusing. Like, I want to be a high school Spanish teacher. And so, kind of the only way to become a high school Spanish teacher, to teach a foreign language, is I have to go to, I have to get my master's and go to grad school. And so, it's just been frustrating, like, right after, like, undergrad, I won't be able to really use my degree. Like, I could be a translator, but that's not completely what I want to do. And so I'm just, like, freaking out about what I should do. Like, should I go to grad school and do that and get it over with? And do it, like, full-time or part-time? Like, that would depend on it being, like, a year long or 2 years long. Like, 2 more years long of school. Like, I feel like I'm just getting burnt out, like, right now, and I kind of need a break before starting grad school. So that kind of brings in the option of, like, I could travel for a year or, like, do something else and, like, be on staff with Young Life or, like, anything. There's just, like, a lot of different options, and so there's, like, grad school through UK, and I feel like my sophomore year I was, like, trying to figure out if I was on the right track for everything, and so I, like, emailed the guy in charge of the program for grad school that I want to get into, and I was like, am I doing everything right? Like, is there anything I should be worrying about right now? And he was like, no, like, you're just a sophomore, like, you don't have to worry about that until senior year. And so I kind of pushed it aside, and, like, I got in contact with him this summer, and emailed him, but he never got back to me until, like, right before school started, and was like, sorry, I've been in China this whole time. And I'm like, okay, like, thanks for getting back to me. And he's like, I can meet. And I actually emailed him last week, and he's like, yeah, here's the website for the program, like, this is what you need to do if you want to get in. I can meet next week with you. And I'm like, okay. And I, like, told him everything, like, when I could meet, and he still hasn't gotten back to me. And so it's just been like, blah, I don't know what to do, like, I need your help, and I want to meet so I can talk about this more and, like, the options. And there's just been, like, a lot of pressure with getting into grad school of, like, taking the GRE and, like, making sure I have the right score, and, like, I have to have 200 observation hours in a high school, and I feel like freaked out right now because I don't have that finished yet, and the application's due February 1st, and like, I have to have an interview with the guy that I've been emailing, proving that I'm proficient in the language, and, like, there's just, like, a bunch of different things and options of, like, I don't know what to do. And there's, like, people, they haven't, like, said this to me, but I feel like there's this pressure of, like, I need to go to grad school and get my life, like, figured out and, like, have a job before, like, I take a year off and, like, travel or, like, do something that I think is best for me, which is, like, if I know it's best for me, that's probably what I should do. But it's just, like, frustrating of, like, I don't know.
So you're feeling pressured by other people on how to, like, make decisions for your future?
Yeah. There's just, like, been a lot of different things. Like, it might just be even myself, like, me freaking out on my own about this, but, like, and I'm a Young Life leader, so, like, taking students to summer camp over the summer is hard because someone that I lead with is going to grad school next year. And I didn't realize this until recently, that he won't be able to go to summer camp because he'll be in grad school because it starts over the summer. And I'm like, if I go to grad school, that includes me too. And so it's just, like, this pressure from other people of, like, I should be going to grad school, but also this pressure of, like, I feel inadequate of, like, getting the right score and, like, being, like, having the right GPA and all these things of, like, getting in, and, like, and just the idea of grad school is, like, a lot of people, especially teachers, like, finish their undergrad, start teaching, and then go to grad school. And so, like, just the idea of being in class with, like, people that could be, like, I don't know, like, 30 years old with, like, a bunch of experience, and, like, me just fresh out of undergrad, like, I have no experience, like, I don't know what I'm doing, is, like, kind of scary. And, like, I would love to, like, travel to another country and like spend some time there and just like have like just a year to myself or something, or even a semester or something, and not have to like freak out about school like I have the past like 16 years, just like elementary until now. And but at the same time, it's scary like being like I'm gonna be an adult in like a few short months. And
would you say you're feeling overwhelmed by all your options coming up for your future?
Yeah, like there's just like a lot of different things that I could do. Like I could go to grad school, I could travel. I don't even have to travel. I could take a year off and just like stay in Lexington. Or yeah, there's just like a lot of different things. But at the same time, like the idea of not having a job right out of undergrad is hard because it's like if I don't go to grad school, like either way I'm gonna have to work, but it's like if I don't go to grad school, I'm definitely going to have to like find a job, but it won't be like leading me into my future job. It's like I'll be working part-time at Starbucks, but that doesn't help me towards a master's degree for actually having like a career. And so there's just like a lot of different things going on, and my roommates, some of them are younger and they're like figuring out rent and things like that. And I'm like, I don't know where I'll be in like 3 to 6 months. And so I feel pressure of like, I should be figuring out where I'm living next year, because I know I'm not living in the house I'm living in now, but it's just like, should I be figuring that out? Will I be here? Will I not? Like, so there's just been like a lot of different things kind of like fired at me, and like, okay. And then on top of schoolwork and like exams coming up, I'm like, I can't do all this. I can't figure all of this out at the same time. And so there's just been, yeah, a lot of pressure, like you said.
Right. You feel pressured to make decisions.
Yeah.
Because of everyone around you.
Yeah. And like, it's not even like they've verbally told me that. It's like other people are doing other things right now and like going towards a certain direction. And like me, I'm like, should I go towards that direction too? Like, should I be figuring these things out because you are? And like, they haven't been like, hey, you need to figure this out. It's like, I just feel that pressure because they're doing that too. And I'm like, I don't know.
You feel unsure about your plans based on your friends' plans.
Yeah, exactly. And I live with 7 roommates, so it's like, and all of them are younger. So it's like, I obviously won't be going into undergrad again like they are. But like some of my older roommates, like one's out of college and one's going to graduate at the same time as me, and she's going to be looking for a teaching job for elementary, like right out. And so it's just like crazy that she will have a job like right out. Well, if she gets a job like right out of undergrad, she'll be a teacher. And I'm like, it's just hard and frustrating for me being like, I could be a substitute teacher because I have 30 credit hours for Spanish, like a long-term sub for a year. But I can't be like a regular teacher with a bachelor's degree in the subject area that I want to teach. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. And so I'm like just frustrated at like UK a little bit. Not even UK, because like all of the universities are kind of like this. Like, you have to get your master's to teach Spanish. But it's just frustrating, and I didn't realize that this was such a big problem until now. And I'm like, this is why I wanted to figure it out earlier, but someone told me to like not freak out as much right now, and I'm like, I should have figured this out forever ago and started early. But, so it's just hard.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, Casey, our session's coming to a close, but you mentioned earlier how you felt frustrated, kind of with your position of where you're at and what to do. Could you expand on that a little bit more?
I think I'm frustrated mostly because there's a bunch of different things going on right now. Like, I'm finishing up my senior year and like undergrad's coming to a close, but on top of that, like the schoolwork and exams, it's like I need to figure out what I'm doing afterward, but like the direction I want to go is kind of being blocked off, like of ideas outside of just going to grad school, even though I feel like even though I feel like it would be good to take time off before going to grad school. And so it's just like a tug and pull sort of thing of like, which idea should I go for? With like traveling and school. all these different things. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, and it's just been crazy and hard. But thank you so much for me.
Thank you so much for talking to me and for being open. And I look forward to our next session where we can pick things back up from where we left off. So thank you, Casey.
Thank you.